Hi there. Welcome back to James and James podcast. I am James, and sitting with me is also
James also.
And together we make up this podcast about wrestling. But we're going to jump right into it. And what I want to talk about is I want to hear your opinion on Ripley's and Charlotte Flair's rivalry going on right now, because this is all leading to WrestleMania, right?
All right, so the match starts out with Shotzi and Charlotte fighting. And fast forward, Charlotte wins. Then Rhea Ripley is out there outside the ring. Then she goes to Charlotte Flair inside the ring and says, "Watching you wrestle is a reason why I chose you to fight at WrestleMania." And then Rhea says to Charlotte, you can wipe that smug smile off your face because I'm going to take everything from you at WrestleMania. But Rhea also says that, look into her eyes, she says, I don't only see acceptance, I see all your insecurities also.
Say that again. Okay, hold on. Okay, before you say that again, I'm gonna interrupt you real quick, and so put the camera on me.
Yeah, hold on. Let me find where I was at though. All right, yeah.
All right, but okay, this is a match that they had already before, right? I remember watching these matches.
They had these matches a few times already, like 2 times.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, it was once at WrestleMania in 2020. Then Money in the Bank, I think 2021, I think.
Yeah, this is actually when I became a fan of what's her name, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is when I became a fan of hers.
Rhea says to Charlotte that you can wipe that smug look off your face. And then she says, when I look into your eyes, and I only see acceptance, I also see all your insecurities.
Yeah, I remember that. There were insecurities, yeah. So that was the beginning of all the feud going back and forth. So Rhea Ripley's pretty much telling her, I think Charlotte Flair won the 2020, right? Because Rhea Ripley never became the champion, right? All right, so what else do you got about it?
All right, so then Rhea says at WrestleMania that she's going to take the one thing that makes Charlotte feel so important when she becomes a SmackDown Women's Champion.
Wow, okay, so this is the beginning of the feud, so I really think this time she'll probably take it.
Yeah. Then Charlotte says how she wants it more, which is to win.
Yeah, so I don't understand how Charlotte wants it more, because every time she leaves, she comes back and she's automatically champion. She leaves, she comes back, she's automatic champion. I mean, this is like that storyline itself is just so boring, because in order for her to be in WWE, it seems like she has to be champion only. I'm not sure that it's a contract thing or what's going on, but that's just it just seems so unreal. Now that Rhea Ripley's coming in and she chose her for the WrestleMania, I think now they're putting like the spotlight back on Charlotte, and to see if she's really gonna stay champion or Rhea Ripley's gonna take it away. And I personally think she should take it away, and I hope they allow her to become the champion on that. So what do you think? Do you think Rhea Ripley's gonna take it?
I really do think so, because I think it's time for Charlotte to get off that title already.
Yeah. Now, again, this is when Charlotte left, right? And she came back and she became automatic champion, right?
Yeah.
And who did she beat?
She beat what's her name?
Ronda Rousey?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So she beat her. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I like Charlotte Flair as a wrestler, but I don't like the fact that when she leaves and comes back, she's automatic champion. I don't like.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, she's like you're right though. Like she always becomes champion, like she comes back.
Now another one match that I just saw, and it was the John Cena's back, and he's wrestling Austin Theory.
Yeah,
yeah, and this was kind of too scripted for me, because when I saw the promo, Austin Theory says, oh, John Cena, I looked up to you. I remember watching you wrestling. And John Cena's all like, Austin says, I'll give you a gift. You could wrestle with me. And John Cena.
Oh, actually, against me, yeah.
Oh, against me. Yeah, that's right. Against me. And John Cena's, you're not at my level.
Yeah, but Cena did make some good points, though, in that promo. Because he says that how Austin Theory is just a theory. he says, in theory, we should chant for you. In theory, we should want you to win.
Yeah.
In theory, we should want you to get all these compliments and be champion. But in reality, no one wants them to win. Nobody wants to be the U.S. champion right now, U.S. title.
So he's pretty much. So what do you think John Cena was telling Austin Theory? Like what was the message?
Message was like like stay in your lane kind of, but like you're not there yet. You're not there yet. You don't really deserve it right now.
So he's pretty much telling them, hey, you got a lot of work. You got to get the people behind you. You got to fight some other names, which I think he's fought a lot of good names already.
Yeah.
So, but he has to rebrand himself pretty much.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing with all these gimmicks. He's because remember when Vince left, that's when his gimmick changed right away.
Yeah, because he was always doing the selfie thing all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And now he's more of a serious kind of wrestler now.
Yeah, and I get that. I mean, with the gimmick, I get the gimmick. I mean, I think it was working. For the millennials and your age group and all that, but so far with John Cena, I don't like the way John Cena was saying all this. I think as an actor, as he is, I think he could have, gave it more, passion or something in it. Like he would just read the script to me.
Yeah, and he mentions the match at WrestleMania. If Theory wins or loses, he still loses everything. If Theory wins, he's gonna get booed on. Nobody wants Theory to win against this match. And if he loses, he still loses everything, so the title and his fame and all that.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I think wrestlers, they lose titles every day. And then they come back and they win them. And in order for John Cena if he wins this title, that means he has to be on WWE more often.
Yeah, he has to be more weekly now.
Yeah, and a lot of times they do this. They bring a big name to try to build up a character, which is Austin Theory, and that's what they want. So that way people could show him respect as a wrestler. This is me as more of a background of the storylines and all that. And that's what I think they're trying to do. They're trying to get more respect for Austin Theory so people could chant him and say, yeah, you know what? He is that good of a wrestler and he's moving up to those bigger names.
Yeah, but right now though, like nobody is really a fan of Theory right now. Like he just get booed all the time. So like if the crowd starts liking Theory, it'll be a whole different story with them now.
Yeah, that's true. So this is for WrestleMania. We still got a few weeks, another month, right? It's in April.
Yeah, we're in March. Yeah, April. Yeah, a month.
Right. Yeah. So let's see. Has John Cena came back? Or no? This was on Raw, right?
Yeah, this is on Raw.
All right. So we got to see Monday if he comes back. Does he do anything or does he stay silent?
Because he was just there because of his hometown.
Yeah,
that's the only reason he came.
All right. I guess we'll see what happens next. All right. Now, I remember we watched the Revolution. I know we talked about it a little bit, the leading up to it. But I want to talk about your thoughts on the Elite versus, who did they wrestle again?
The House of Black.
The House of Black. So how do you think about that match?
That was overall pretty good. The Elite, the reason why the Elite is my favorite tag team because their wrestling is always fast-paced. And you saw that kind of in the match, too.
Yeah.
How it was just fast-paced.
It was.
Like they always do some high flying off the top rope stuff, and we saw a lot of that in that match, a lot of it. And there were some pretty brutal moments and brutal hits in that match.
Yeah, I actually liked that match. Like you said, it was just continuous. All the wrestlers one will fall, the next one will fall.
Yeah.
But then they always came back, and I think there was one where they you thought one was going to win, but then they come back, and you thought the next one was going to win.
Yeah.
And it just kept going over and over and over.
That's how the Elite are. It's just their matches always so fast paced.
Yeah, and to me that was the excitement of it. I mean, because it was really all over the place, and when they would fight back and forth, one would do a move and the other one would counter, then the other one would counter, then the other one would counter. I'm like, oh, it was really nice. I like that one.
Yeah, and that's why they're basically my tag team was the way they wrestle all the time. But in the end, the House of Black got the win and they got the titles. And then now on Wednesday on Dynamite, they're gonna face the titles, I believe, against the Elite and some other tag team. I'm not sure though.
Is it like a triple threat match?
Yeah, triple threat tag team.
Oh, okay. And that's what I noticed that AEW does. They do a lot of those.
Yeah.
They do like where there's multiple tag teams. And I actually like the part that they do like a 3-man tag team as well.
Yeah, I remember now. It was the Elite, House of Black, and the JAS, I remember. I think.
Okay.
I believe it was.
All right. Now, this is a tag team or this is a 3-man tag team?
Tag team.
Oh, tag team. Okay. All right.
So a triple threat tag team match.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that one.
Now, going to that though, in that match, I kind of feel like they're going to probably retain most likely.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. Now, how long had they had those titles? Do you know the Elite?
They had them for a few months now.
A few months. All right.
Do you remember we went to the Dynamite? They already had them already.
Oh, so they had them since then?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But before that though.
Before that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, they had them for some time now.
Yeah. So the House of Black is just starting to get on the title ring.
Wait, if I was to predict, I think they're going to hold on to the titles.
Yeah.
But you say the Elite's going to get them, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you said they're...
No, that's like the House of Black's to retain.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to do it. I'm sure it's going to be a good match, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be. A lot of high flying, too.
Yeah.
A lot of brilliant moves, finishers, and everything.
Now, the next match I want to talk about from Revolution is Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page. Now, I got to say, you were right about that one. This was a bloody match, and it was an awesome match.
Yeah, I can just tell by name of it. It was called Texas Death Match.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just by the name, you can usually tell it's to be brutal.
Yeah, and they had barbed wire in there, right?
Yes, they did. They had a bunch of barbed wire.
And I remember your mom walking by, and what does she say?
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, she was like, this is too much. What's going on?
Yeah, and I mean, like, it got bloody, very bloody. But like if you look into the match, the blood was all on Jon Moxley though.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean in his matches. Jon Moxley is always the most bloodiest one in his matches.
Now, this actually reminded me of the matches from the 80s.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, 80s, early 90s, they would always get very bloody like that. And there were always, somebody was going to bleed out. Not bleed out, but they would bleed all the time.
Yeah, I mean, like, Jon Moxley went through that board with barbed wire on it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was pretty cool.
And then Jon Moxley was stabbing Hangman with a fork, remember, on the mat?
Yeah, on his forehead?
Yeah, on his forehead.
You're like, oh my God, he has a fork.
Like, I never thought I would see this kind of stuff. But that's what I'm saying. Like, this ain't no, like, what's it called? WWE.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is a whole different company. They say no PG, no, like, yeah, PG-13.
Now, how do you feel? Did you like that? Was
more
that excitement?
Yeah. Like, it was one time I see some stuff like this.
Yeah, you always hear me talking about it, but now you get to witness it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Like remember, so you said I reminded you on the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Well, it reminded me kind of like Mick Foley stuff.
Yeah.
Because Mick Foley was all like bloody and brutal too.
But I got to say, with Mick Foley, when he had thumbtacks, those were real thumbtacks. If he had barbed wire, there was actually real barbed wire.
Yeah.
Because the barbed wire they had wasn't that real. And it has some spikes, but it wasn't every one.
Well, now all the weapons, like tables, ladders, and chairs, barbed wire, it's all like protective now.
Yeah.
They don't want to like really cut the wrestlers.
Yeah. Like Mick Foley, because when Mick Foley landed on the thumbtacks, they were all over him.
Yeah, they were stick to them.
They were all over him.
I remember some matches where they actually were real. I remember Chris Jericho was one of them too.
Yeah.
I don't know against who though.
But those are the ones. Like to me, is if you're gonna throw thumbtacks, make sure they're all thumbtacks.
Yeah.
I want to see them stuck on you. I mean, if you're gonna be like if you want to do this, if you want to go wrestle with thumbtacks, I want to see them all over you. Because when they rolled over on those thumbtacks, I'm like, oh, there's nothing on them.
Yeah.
They're even walking on them. I'm like, oh.
It's not sticking to your boot.
Exactly. I was like, what's going on? Or they would like turn on them or something. I'm like,
something ain't right here.
Yeah. There's a few of them are real, but not all of them. But it was still bloody, and it was actually a real good match because this is, again, you thought he was going to win, then a counter, and you thought this person was going to win, then a counter, and it lasted a good while. Daniel Bryanson was a 60-minute one.
Yeah, I think the match was in Jon Moxley won that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that one went a good amount of time. So that I actually like that one. And who's the one who won?
John Moxley, I believe, yeah.
John Moxley won? Okay.
Yeah, he did, because I remember Hangman came on Dynamite and matched in the match.
Yep. All right, that's cool. Well, another one that I like was Daniel Bryanson versus MJF. And that one really lasted the whole 60 minutes. But I think Daniel Bryan came out short on this one, right?
Yeah, he did, because MJF kind of cheated. He got him with the tank in the head.
Yeah. I mean, that's how wrestlers is. That's how they do it.
Yeah, that's how they get the win.
One of the things I liked was the walkouts. What do you think about those when they came out?
That was kind of pretty cool. What was it? MJF walkout.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of like a WrestleMania walkout. You remember that?
Oh, they had the orchestra out.
Yeah, they were playing his music.
Yeah. But even go ahead. I'm sorry.
That kind of went back to his old kind of gimmick. It was called the Red Devil, but now he's called the Devil now.
Oh, that's what he's called now, the Devil now? Okay, cool. Now, the only thing about the orchestra that I didn't like is that, to me, is like you really didn't hear the orchestra.
Well, yeah, you heard him in the beginning, but once his theme song hit, you didn't hear it anymore.
It's like they weren't even needed anymore.
Yeah.
But somehow they were still playing, but I didn't hear anything from them because it was all his theme song coming out.
So, but now, fast forward to the match now. The beginning of the match, like the first, 15 minutes maybe?
Yeah.
It was just kind of slow. Like you said, a lot of transitioning.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of reverses. Yes. A lot of wrestling, basically. A lot of wrestling.
Yeah, again, a bunch of counters, right?
Yeah.
And that was real good. To me, it was like, did they actually practice this? Like, what's going on? Like, because it was perfect.
It was perfect. Like, just the wrestling. And then kind of towards the middle of the match, it started getting good. That was when they really started getting into it.
Yeah, because I think I was telling him, they're really trying to stretch out this match.
Yeah, because, you can't just wrestle the whole time, really.
Yeah. Now, also then, what was it? Who got the first pin?
I don't know.
I think it was Daniel Bryanson, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because it was 1-0 with Daniel Bryanson and MJF, right?
Yeah.
And then I think it was 2-0 then with Daniel Bryanson.
Yeah, I don't think so. But the thing that frustrated me the most is how MJF got 2 pins in a row. Like he got the pin, they went back for another pin and he got it right away.
To me, when I saw that, I was all like, oh, well, I mean, that's how wrestlers do it. I think Triple H used to do that when he would do that, the low blow, because that's how he got his double pin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a low blow to Daniel Bryanson. But that's how some wrestlers get their moves, because the low blows, and to me, the low blow is a basic wrestling move.
Yeah.
But to me, is they sort of stretched that one out. Maybe doing 2 low blows, not right away, like the way like you said, he got 2 pins down.
Yeah.
But then his name, the Devil, so it kind of plays into his character.
All right, so then one of the announcers got a call, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did.
And it's talking on the phone. It was Tony Khan.
Oh, okay.
Which is the CEO, president,
yes,
all that
that's
stuff.
right. That's right. And then he went to the ring, right? The announcer.
No, yeah, the announcer went to the ring.
And everybody was looking at him like, why is he walking down to the ring?
Yeah, and that's when he announced that the match must go on, and next person to score wins.
Oh, that's right. And then I remember the face of MJF, like, wait a minute, I just finished this match. Like, I didn't want to wrestle no more. Did you see that?
Yeah. And then it turns out, was it then Brian Anderson went to like a submission, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's right. MJF. Wait, how did the match end? I forgot how they ended. Before the overtime. Do you remember how it ended?
Oh, yes. And then we went to overtime, and Brian Johnson was in a pin. And I think MJF did a tap out in time.
Oh, that's right. It was like almost close, but then the time ran out, and Daniel Bryanson had to stop.
Yeah, so the time ran out.
Yeah, so he wasn't, because it looked like he wanted to tap out MJF, but he was like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, it was like, no, and the time ran out, so it was tied.
That's right. So then now they're in overtime, and Daniel Bryan's all into it.
In overtime, when the match finally ended, it was MJF in submission, and then Brian Johnson just taps out. So
to me, that was kind of surprising that Daniel Bryanson tapped out, because because this guy's supposed to be the submission artist and he could get out of, moves and grappling and all that. And then for him to tap out, I don't man, that was a little too much.
See, but here's the thing though. Before the match, it was the day before Dynamite.
All right.
MJF told Brian Danielson how you won't be the same after the match, how you won't be able to hold your kid after the match.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
And then Brian Danielson on Dynamite the week after, he goes on Dynamite and says how he was thinking about his child, how he won't be able to hold him or hold her, him or her. And then he was saying how he was right, and that's why he tapped out.
Then I saw something on social media. So is Daniel Bryanson retiring now?
That's what he was thinking about.
Oh,
about
okay.
taking a break or retiring for a little while.
All right. Yeah. I don't know if that's a storyline or what's going on with that. But
yeah, I think that's upcoming.
But I got to say, these matches and Revolutions were actually really nice. I mean, I really enjoyed them. Those were really good, even though we had to pay money for this match, for all these matches,
Yes.
like $50-some, but it was worth it. It was actually worth it. Sometimes you see these WWE matches or some other pay-per-view matches, and then you're like, I spent all this money, but was it really worth it?
Yeah.
But this one really was worth it.
Yeah, I really think I got all my money's worth just watching that, because I really think it was good.
Yeah. All right, now let's go back to the WWE, because I want to talk about this bloodline, all this segment they're having, and I think there was a match with Sami Zayn and Jimmy, right?
Yes. So it was Sami Zayn and Jimmy, like you said. So towards the end of the match, Jay comes out from the crowd. He walks up to the announce table. He stands on it, and he starts cheering on Jimmy to win the match.
Chanting. Sound like you're saying chewing on Jimmy's.
Again?
Yeah, it's okay. But the thing with that was, why was he standing on the announcer table? Like what was the deal on that?
I guess to be noticed.
I guess so. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, but then he starts chanting.
There you go, chanting
on Jay.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, yeah.
So, but then it all goes wrong, because Sammy ends up winning. So Sammy rolls outside the ring, the side toward the stage, and then Jay comes inside the ring with Jimmy, and there's two standing like center of the ring. But then Jay just grabs Jimmy's shirt, like he's just grabbing it.
Yeah,
and he's gripping onto it, like he's about to rip it off him. So that's kind of threw me off. Like, is he gonna rip it, or is he just gonna push him, or it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, to me it was like he was holding on to his family, like I don't know what to do, but I want to hang on to my family. And
he started telling him stuff. I nobody know what he was saying, but then Jay rolls outside the ring with Sammy, and he started saying how he trusts Sammy, like I trust you and everything.
Yeah, and then Sami Zayn is all like, yeah, come with me and whatever,
Yeah, and then they both hug, and the crowd goes wild. But I don't know about you, but the Bloodline has been getting the most biggest crowd pops ever. Like, I never heard a crowd go that loud before.
Yeah. Well, when Sami Zayn was in his hometown,
and
he fought Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
That was loud.
Yeah, that's what's really true. And at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
That was pretty loud.
Oh, that's right. Royal Rumble. Yeah.
Yeah, but back to the segment or topic. So they both hug. Crowd goes wild. And he says he says some stuff. Then they break out the hug. Jay stands next to Sammy, and Jay starts holding the one sign. And Sammy's all confused, like, what? And he holds on the one sign too, like, I'm like, what?
I know, that's when I saw him, like, wait a minute, why is Sami Zayn
like, he was all
Jimmy
confused
doing this?
Like,
and to me, I'm like, oh shit, don't tell me he's gonna turn on him.
So then they put down their one signs. Jay backs out a little bit, and then he super kicks Sami
Zayn, right? Yeah.
And the crowd goes wild again.
They're like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? There's a roller coaster going back and forth. And then Jay throws Sammy in the ring, right?
Yes. And then Solo comes out, and they are starting to beat up Sami Zayn.
Yep.
But then, out of nowhere, Cody Rhodes just comes out.
Oh,
and helps out Sammy. But this is the first time Cody Rhodes had to talk about his dad on Raw or SmackDown. So he's actually getting to some fighting or wrestling.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess because he came out because, his feud with Roman Reigns and all that.
Yeah.
So. Oh, that was cool. I mean, it was a good one. So what about when the Bloodline went to SmackDown?
All right, so the bloodline comes out. They go into the ring, and then Jimmy says some stuff. But the main thing I want to focus on is Jay.
All
So
right.
Jay mentions the whole question that everyone's questioning about why he did it, and he says how he was forced to do it because of family. He starts saying how if your family's car breaks down, are you going to help him? If your family is hungry, are you going to buy some groceries for them? You know, all that stuff,
Yeah.
which is true because it's family.
All right. So he really didn't want to do it, but because of family,
He
did
had
it.
to, yeah. He said how he was forced to. He said the word forced in his promo. But then Jamie goes out and mentions how Sami Zayn was a problem, how they got rid of him. But then he mentions a Cody Rhodes problem. And once he says Cody Rhodes just comes out and he says how I keep hearing my name backstage here. It says if you're gonna talk about me, then talk to me in person.
All right. That's good.
So that's how they start doing it.
So did Cody Rhodes go to the ring or did he stay over there?
At first, he was at like the kind of stage area,
Okay.
and then Cody starts saying how the crowd wants to see him fight and everything.
Okay.
And then out of nowhere, Sami Zayn comes out behind him and attacks Jay. It was Jay, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Who
they
attacked.
were looking at Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Jimmy notices how Jay's being attacked, so he goes help out. He goes to help out Jay, and then Cody comes out and starts attacking Jimmy also.
Okay.
So it was all this Sammy and Cody.
All right. So you think there's gonna be a tag team coming up now?
I hope so. It would be a good one
All right.
to watch.
Yeah, that's usually what happens when they start feeling now they're going to be in a match together, which it might come out. Well, I guess next SmackDown.
Yeah, basically.
Now, are all four members, Jimmy and Jay, are they from SmackDown or Raw?
To be honest, both, because they both gone on both.
But I know they got both belts, but because see, it's like why are all four members, if they're on Raw, they went all to SmackDown? Isn't that taking time from the SmackDown stars?
Yeah, I guess that's kind of true.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah,
Unless I know they have the titles, both titles, so they go back and forth. But yeah, to me it was kind of weird.
like I don't remember what roster they were on before they won the titles. It was just so long ago. It was like 2 years ago, like
Yeah.
a year ago maybe.
Yeah. Again, I'm sure everybody's saying the same thing. It's time for a change already.
Yeah, so I can't wait who's going to take the titles from them.
All right. Now, do they have a match in WrestleMania yet for tag teams?
I believe not. No.
But I think in WrestleMania, I think if I'm right, they always have a tag team championships going on too at the same time.
Yeah.
So I guess time will tell. All right, that is it for our podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And go ahead and hit all notifications so you can get all the latest topics on the wrestling. And of course, we always have some dream matches. We'll probably have maybe one coming up next week and all the information leading to WrestleMania. And of course, for all your latest news on AEW, go ahead and subscribe.
And you can now follow us on Twitter. The link to that will be in the bio.
Yeah, that's good. Follow us.
Peace.